space for presenting youth perspectives of climate change, while having expanded through the last years, still remains relatively narrow to make contributions to the policy that will meaningfully drive further the agenda of Paris Agreement and actually bring us to the environment where the global temperature will not rise by more than 1.5 degrees over the pre-industrial period. What needs to be done first and foremost in order to listening to the youth in a correct way? It is to acknowledge their expertise, their knowledge, and their experience that they bring with themselves to the table. They are not coming somewhere from without any experience. They bring a lot of it, in fact, with themselves. Coming from communities devastated by various natural disasters that were triggered by the climate change, or having a relevant educational or entrepreneurial background in a field related to climate change, or even being a junior negotiator already at this time. All those serve as a testament to the growing professionalism of the youth that is engaged in the field of climate change. What they need is an equal representation with the seniors, commitment from the seniors to being present there and to being listened to and to be recognized as co-developer of the policies and commitments on the technical level. Because the youth has been a lot of appropriation of it at the level of grand statements, including at the UN. But the actual policy and actual progress is done at technical level. Let's please pay attention to the youth expertise there and encourage its presence there.
Hello. So, what have we learned about the current climate governance system? First of all, that we really need our climate finance system to evolve. It needs to evolve so that developing countries and vulnerable regions receive direct access, unrestricted by burdensome requirements, and that the funding flows go to support local capacities and local institution building on climate. Second of all, the UNFCCC needs to be protected as the space for this universal platform. It is the only platform in which climate is discussed at that level, but it also needs to evolve. It needs to be more inclusive, and it needs to have a better decision-making processes so that really innovation, creativity, and imagination allow the UNFCCC to have the necessary tools to address and meet the Paris Agreement goals. Thirdly, we need to unite on climate and COVID at the same time. We need to put policies in place that will combine and solve climate and COVID together so that countries are not faced with a horrible decision whether to support COVID or climate. It needs to be a win-win solution for both of these global crises. And lastly, the UNFCCC, with all the UN institutions, with all the youth movements, with all of us here, we all need to make a big commitment of making climate a priority on our personal lives. Thank you.
For us at IKEA, our leadership starts with the insight that we're in the most important decade ever for tackling the climate crisis. And we have three big whys for us to lead. First, it's our responsibility. Given the facts that we have, we cannot pass this on to the next generation. Our customers and coworkers, they expect us to take the lead. And then being climate smart is the new low-cost economy. And therefore, we aim to become climate positive, latest by 2030, in line with the Paris Agreement, by reducing more greenhouse gas emissions than we emit in our entire IKEA value chain while growing our business. So how do we drive short-term action? Well, firstly, it's all about understanding our own footprint. For us, it's the materials that we use and the products used in people's homes. And then secondly, we commit to scope 1, 2, and 3 by drastically reducing our own emissions, we store carbon, and then we go beyond IKEA. And the most important thing is that we cannot do this alone, of course. We have to join forces with others. So the key for the leadership is act with speed, focus on impact, have all the data, and then address all three scopes, and join forces with others with the insight that actions speak louder than words.